Hello, welcome to Business Insights. Today we're going to talk about Firestone, Bridgestone, Firestone. And actually, this is one of the most amazing things about being able to react when the customer contacts a company. Initially, this was going to be a post about the most terrible, not the most terrible, I've had worse experiences, but just a terrible experience. And the assistant district manager, Stephen Lyons, I just got off the phone with him. Now this guy calls me 20 minutes after I write a complaint on the website. And, he asked what happened. He says, look, let's make it up to you. And he tells me that anytime someone submits a form online, a complaint, that it gets escalated to, and the CEO and the VP of the Northeast region and all these people get to see this, and that they all communicate and they take care of the customers. I didn't have a chance. I'm familiar with Firestone. I'm familiar with Bridgestone, obviously. I haven't had a chance to really get into or do the homework in the background on the company to see how many employees they have, to see, to see how plausible the story is that I just received. I have to take Stephen Lyons at his word. He was extremely friendly. He was very customer oriented. The guy did a great job. He was able to, like I said, he's turned this whole review around. So I have to take what was going to be a solid bash on Firestone across Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, my blog, everywhere I could. I was about to sit down. In fact, I ordered food, and it's been sitting on my counter for probably an hour now. Okay? Because all I've been going to do here, I took care of some other things, but I was... Hello. This might be... Hold on. Hello. Yes.
Hey, it's Stephen Lyons again, the assistant district manager.
Yes.
I'm actually calling you from my cell phone. I got my store manager from Binghamton on three-way.
Okay.
John.
Hello, John. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing all right.
Great. Antoine, what time is a convenient time for you to come down and visit us tomorrow?
Really, anytime you guys got a spot open, I can swing down. I prefer after 5:30, but let me know what hours. Or this weekend.
Is 5:30 good for you?
That's fine, yeah. Or this weekend, whatever fits in with you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, why don't you come on down at 5:30 and we'll take care of you.
I can do that. Now, just to let you guys know, I was actually in the process of... You're actually on speakerphone right now. Because I was actually in the process of doing an online video review of this entire situation. I will cut you out if you ask me to. If not, your voices may be heard. This conversation may become part of the review. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Was that John or was that Stephen?
No, Stephen, it's fine.
Okay. John, you okay with that?
I'm just with that, Antoine.
Okay. 5:30 it is. I appreciate the call, John. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow at 5:30.
I appreciate your time, Antoine.
Thank you. Stephen, thank you again.
No problem. You have a great day, okay?
You too. Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, so there you go. That is awesome customer service. Now, the reason I don't know if you just heard that whole conversation. I put it on speaker. Technically, they're being recorded by law. I should have said to them first, hey, you're on a recorded line. I did get permission to post this information. These guys, this was solid. It really was. Now, Stephen called me to discuss my complaint. And let me tell you about the complaint. All right, you know what? I'm going to take this. We're going to do this in 2 parts. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Now, Brett is your name?
Yeah.
Okay, now I just want to let you know this is just incredible timing. I just spoke with Stephen Lyons and all them, and it happens that I'm actually right now working on the online video review of Firestone and this entire ordeal to be posted. You currently are on speakerphone. If you have no problem with this conversation being recorded, we can continue. If you do, let me know now. I'll stop recording.
I don't have a problem at all.
Okay, good. So go ahead now.
I actually called you to apologize for the misunderstanding that I had earlier and asked you to come back in and bring your coupon.
Okay.
I called you to tell you that I was wrong, that I was not aware of that coupon.
I do appreciate you calling and explaining that.
I've been trying to contact you, but I didn't have a current number.
Okay, and I understand that. And again, the only issue I really had, I mean, one, you made me feel as if like I had done something wrong or was trying to get one over on somebody, which I didn't appreciate. And I wanted to make that clear. And that became difficult because of the other customer who you allowed to get deeply involved in our conversation. And as far as business is concerned, and I don't mean to sound like an arrogant person here, I do understand a little bit about customer service. To allow them to get involved like that created a lot more issue than there needed to be. And actually, you know, just the whole part was you just made me feel like I was doing something wrong when all I had was what I thought was a simple mistake according to your information, but your information was incorrect. And I understand it was a misunderstanding. And I understand it happens. Okay? I do. I think it just would have been nicer and it would have felt a little better to me if your customer wasn't standing in your showroom giving me the finger as I drove away. I mean, that just shows complete disrespect.
Give me the finger, but I've also called that customer and explained to that customer that I was incorrect in my information also.
And I appreciate that exponentially. That is a wonderful thing. I truly do appreciate that. And again, I was just explaining to all my viewers that, you know, initially this was going to start out as a huge bash on your company, on the franchise, on your location, and I was going to hammer you guys all across the internet. But Stephen Lyons, the assistant district, he caught it quick. He called up. You calling back. This shows that you guys really do have customer service. Even when accidents happen, mistakes happen. We all make them. I make them all the time. Misunderstandings occur. But you guys are really trying to maintain the brand and the image. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate your phone call.
Again, I wanted to apologize. I was wrong. And I had actually contacted my district in regard to it also.
Okay.
So that's kind of why everybody is kind of calling.
And you know what? Hey, I appreciate it. Again, I'm not trying to get anything for free. Never was, never have been. It's just,
never thought that.
Yeah, and well, I appreciate it. Again, like I said, this whole thing is now turning into a great video on the right way to handle customer service, and this is a great example for people and companies and businesses out there on what to do when there is a misunderstanding and what the best way to handle these situations are. So I appreciate it. You guys are doing a fantastic job. You guys have turned this around 100.
If you consider giving me a second chance.
Yeah, you know, I think.
I can be wrong, and I was wrong tonight. And again, I apologize.
And it takes a big man to admit his mistakes, and and you know, I'm always a big fan of, hey, everybody makes mistakes. As long as we don't make them again, as long as we correct them, we're all good. So we're gonna, and again, you guys, I have to give you all credit that you've turned what was going to be a PR disaster into a PR highlight of how great your company is handling this. It really is awesome. I give you guys a lot of credit.
Well, I really appreciate you bearing with me and having the understanding to realize that, you my big thing is I just want to get things solved with my customer. You know, I don't want anybody upset, especially if I have misinformation, if I'm wrong.
All right, well, and again, look, I appreciate the phone call. Someone from another store has already contacted me about getting some of the service done or whatever. Let's put everything out. We'll figure it out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Okay, but
I'd really like to, if at all possible, I'd really like to get you back here and let you give me a second chance.
and I'd like that as well because it's much more convenient for me. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. We're not that far away.
Right. So I appreciate you calling. I really do. And we will talk again soon. And I do thank you very much for the phone call.
Not a problem, Tony. Thanks. And again, I do apologize.
No worries. Thank you. You have a good night now.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so so now that was, I don't know if you heard the conversation, but because of the situation what happened in front of another customer, he says, this was actually the person, I was about to tell you the story when the phone rang and I took the call. So, this is kind of all on the fly here. Okay, I don't script any of these. I put it all out there. And this has to be one of the best episodes ever. And I'm sorry I pushed the stop button. And I split it into two. I'm going to put it back in. I'll put a little chapter spot in there. But initially, I went in. This morning, a friend gave me a coupon off online. He printed off offline, off the internet. And it was just a really incredible price for an oil change at Firestone. I called. I said, look, I got this coupon. Here's the price on the coupon. Can you do it today? I'll be down. I go down. That's a pirated coupon, he tells me. He says, I don't take pirated coupons. I said, okay, I didn't know it was pirated. Where'd you get it? Oh, well, a friend of mine. Okay, well, a friend of mine printed it offline. I don't know. In fact, it was actually on the top of the page what the website was. And then he said, oh, no. If it's not off the Firestone website, it's not a good coupon. And I said, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me Firestone doesn't have any other coupons anywhere else? Because that sounds crazy to me. Okay. And then he said, well, there's the print, but if it's not the print or not off their website, it's no good. And there was another customer there. And this is what really, and as I was explaining to him, this is what really, really gets me. Another customer was there, and this other customer starts trying to get involved in this conversation. Like, I'm busy, I'm next, I want to go. And I think she was friends with this guy. But, and she was just being annoying. He's done with your conversation. You guys, you can leave now. You can leave. And she actually got up at one point and stood between us. Like what am I? What are we in high school? What am I going to run over and punch him because I didn't get an extra $2 off the coupon? It was ridiculous. So I'm looking at her like, you're crazy, lady. Go sit back down. And I'm just trying to explain to this guy that, look, it's not far-fetched for me, the unknowing consumer, to find a coupon, okay? And gee, people pirate coupons. Who knew? I don't use coupons. This is the first time I've used a coupon. I don't know how long. And it was just such a great deal. And I was going to promote Firestone. In fact, I put the coupon, a link to it, on my Facebook. And I was just about to go back and hammer it. So I told him on the phone, So I sit down and get ready to make this video. I got my dinner sitting here, and I'm ready to go. And then the regional manager, the assistant district manager, Stephen Lyons calls. He was the one who just called in the last video, before I stopped it, with the store manager from the other area, and how these guys were all going to work together. And I'm telling you, customer service like this was awesome. Now, in case you didn't hear it, the store manager at the Vestal location says, look, I was wrong. There was other coupons. Okay, there's other coupons, and that they'll honor the coupons, and that he says he called the other customer and let them know that he was actually wrong. And you know what? And I'm gonna make this very clear, because there's actually three takeaways now. One, is that when a customer comes in, whether they knowingly are trying to get one over on you, or they made a simple error because someone else did something wrong and it cascades, as a customer service representative, okay, we don't need to continue to use language such as pirated coupon that continually makes the customer feel like it's their fault. Because it's not. It wasn't my fault. And it's actually a legitimate coupon. Which but okay, takeaway one. So looking at your customer as a person and treating them the same way you want to be treated is paramount. And when a misunderstanding happens, he could have got that business. I was this close to going with the same, because it would have been the same pricing almost anyway. I mean, you're only talking, $6 difference or whatever. No big deal, right? He could have got it if he had tried a little harder instead of trying to continue to push the point about fake coupons or something. Even if it is fake, he could have worked something out. The second takeaway: allowing a second customer, another customer, to get involved in that type of a discussion, it can lead to nothing good. Nothing good. Because then, it's not now you have just two regular old people going at it. It's not me against Firestone. Okay? It's me against stranger. And when you're dealing with certain people, that could become a very bad situation really, really quick. Okay? So, yeah, you got one nosy person who really shouldn't have got involved. But even if, for whatever reason, they felt it necessary to get involved, the manager should have stepped forward and said, listen, customer, thank you so much for trying to get involved, but let me just finish with this customer, and then I will service you in your car. Okay? Could have been handled very easy. Politely asking them to stay out of it, finishing the conversation. I was walking out anyway. She actually just kept it going. And then moving on. Third takeaway. And this is the big one. They just turned this around 180 degrees. Because I submitted a form online, which was the start of my whole struggle against Firestone, Bridgestone Firestone. And they were able, at 6:30 at night, I get a call from Stephen Lyons, the assistant district manager. I got to keep looking at this title. Who says, hey, look, we saw this. I got this email. I want to talk to you about it. And he did the right thing. And he called me and he said, look, let's take care of this. I'm sorry you had a misunderstanding. I understand, look, let me see what we can do here. And, and then offering me stuff. Again, I'm not trying to get nothing for free from anybody. It's just a matter of, it was really incredible. And so I just talking with this guy for a little bit. He says, no, look, the CEO gets it, the VPs get it. Everybody would get this kind of an email. And everybody will call and ask, hey, what did you guys do with this? And that is just such an awesome corporate culture. Okay? When everybody's involved and everybody wants every individual single customer experience to be the best and to reflect that type of commitment, especially you're dealing with auto and the automobile industry. It's always have a great track record, and I can tell you, tire salesmen, the ones I've seen, there's a group of tire salesmen, and they knew this guy from high school, and they said, no, here's the best price we can give you. He went to a complete stranger and got a better price from the same retail location. I won't mention their name right now, but okay, and everybody, there's such distrust with auto mechanics. I was talking about the one guy, and he says, oh, I went in for this, and it wasn't Firestone. I went in for this service, and they ended up charging me 5 times as much. They found something wrong. They didn't want to let me leave with the car, and they always, doing all this stuff, the add-ons and the upsells. But for them to take that much initiative, where it's 7 o'clock at night, 7:30 now, or 7 o'clock, the manager of another store is now calling to say, hey, look, let's set up this appointment. Let me have your business. It's just amazing. And then someone must have called him. I don't believe it was just out of his own, wanting to. but to call, see, and again, this shows huge commitment to the customer. That Firestone, that the manager from the location would call and admit his error, or even if it wasn't an error. Okay, let's say it was a fake coupon. I still don't know, and I really don't care at this point. But if it was fake, then what he just did, we'll leave out the whole maybe it wasn't true, and maybe they're using not truth, they're lying about, oh, it's a good coupon and it was my mistake. Okay, we'll leave that part out. Let's say it's a real coupon. This guy came out and said, look, my fault, my bad, how can I get your business back? And that is great. And it was to make mistakes, everybody makes them. But as a company, to step forward, and as a person, okay, because now there's a personal thing here. This guy has to admit, hey, I made a mistake. And if he did call the other customer and say, look, that person was legit, that coupon was legit, I made a mistake. That takes a big man, okay? And we got to respect that. I respect that. That is huge. That shows, that maybe we can trust these guys. All right? Now, even if he's fallen on the sword for the company, which, okay, could be the case. I don't want to play the devil's advocate here, but that could be the case, where it is a fake coupon and he should have handled it better, and now he's falling on the sword, accepting full responsibility. And you know how we're going to find out, though, is because that coupon, I've already told a bunch of people about it this afternoon. When I called and made the appointment, I thought it was legitimate. So it's out there. And if it's not, somebody better get that coupon under control. Otherwise, they might get a lot of business. I don't know. But Firestone, Bridgestone, Firestone, the Binghamton, New York store, the Vestal, New York store, Stephen Lyons, assistant district manager. We'll give him all a lot of credit. Brett, I think is his name, John in the Binghamton store, Brett, the Vestal store. We'll give him a lot of credit. These guys took a bad situation, they turned it around, and they were able to be honest, I might now be a loyal customer. We'll have to see. So again, kudos to Firestone on their handling of this entire situation. A great job, guys. It's the first time I've ever clapped for anyone on a review, but you know what? You guys deserve it. That was awesome handling. Wonderful. And that's Business Insights. Thank you.